All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work. Floyd's departure leaves a place at the top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
What's going on, guys? I'm Jake, the Offensive Gamer, and this is LA Noire Part 7. And this is Homicide.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
So this is where things get really interesting. Traffic is fun and all that, but Homicide is no doubt in my mind the best of all of the desks that you can work in this game. It really is just, it's what you play the game for. It's murder mystery, man. I mean, full on.
What happened to Rose?
Parker wants the chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
Where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you, and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself. See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
Medallion. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
Were any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads, and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's gonna happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Sorry. Sorry. I'm not in traffic anymore. I don't have to abide those fucking laws. Watch out. Sorry. You can fix that, can't you?
Cole, come on!
How about a scoop for the Examiner, Galloway? You could use some good press.
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for this poor woman? Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty. He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
You're used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Those assholes are almost as bad as the TMZ fuckers. Jesus. So I'm not going to blur that shit out because I feel like it's kind of silly that I would have to. If it gets age restricted, then fine. But this is, you know, this isn't obviously trying to coax any sexual urges out of people. If it does, then you've got some problems. But, so I really don't see the point in age restricting it.
Yes, sir. Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like a lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, Detective.
No one's disturbed the body?
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Right. Hello. Who are you? Who are you? You look like a detective. Oh no, you're just putting down those things.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
Uh-oh, that was weird. Doing the moonwalk there for a second. What's
Has
up?
the scene been secured?
Patrolman and Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they fell.
Alright, I'll take a look at that in a second. Nothing? Alright then.
The victim's bag? Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
Sorry if you hear like a slight sort of, not echo, but there's a bit of carry to my voice. I'm slightly further away from the microphone than I usually am. It's a more comfortable position. If it sounds like shit, I'll change it back to the way it was, but yeah, you know.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
Ooh, a puzzle. Can I go? Oh, I can't go down? Ooh. That was a hard puzzle.
The Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Because it's a cool looking table lighter. Why else? Ah, that doesn't matter. I think that's just popcorn. Yeah. Poorly designed, computer designed popcorn holders. Popcorn holders. What the fuck is a popcorn holder? You know what I mean. Tire tracks? Seriously? You would think the tire tracks would be kind of important. Is there nothing else? Well, I mean, right, duh. There's the body.
Cause of death?
Could be the head injuries. She has been badly stomped.
Interesting. What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
But that's something that really bothers me, by the way. I'm getting back to the age-restricted thing. Like, tits evidently are not okay to show on YouTube without age restriction. But I can blow guys' heads off, like, left and right, and that's totally fucking fine. I know it's kind of a cliched argument, but I don't know. It just really fucking bugs me. It's a really childish way of doing things. Ugh. Her mouth is all... Look at that shit, dude. That's...
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
Alright. Seems like everything.
What's the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
Can we get to the Bomba? A man could die of thirst in a case like this.
By the way, if you thought Bukowski was bad when it came to laziness and just not wanting to do his job, this guy is the fucking worst. No doubt in my mind. The guy is just lazy. He doesn't give a shit about, like, doing his job whatsoever. He's just an old, fat fuck who's lost all reasoning to care about any of this. Like, Cole Phelps is a stuck-up asshole, but he's the only reason anything gets done. I'm pretty sure that's the only reason that Floyd Rose was the only reason beforehand, and yeah, it's just kind of a fucked up situation. Later on, he gets referred to as a boorish ignoramus, which made me chuckle a little bit the first time I heard.
The werewolf?
It's the perfect description of him.
Copycat. We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade.
been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got next.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it today.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us a known corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, fellas. A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. There's some opportunity.
Sorry.
We survived this. It's gonna be a miracle.
Keep
That's
talking.
not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police. If there's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder, it was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town, another country, who knows? So, Phelps, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't, understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. You'll found it.
The thing about Phelps that's interesting, though, is that, like, he is actually still trying to learn. That is something that I will kind of appreciate, is that, like, it's recognized that, you know, he's not a perfect detective, and a lot of people misconstrue his demeanor as if he's trying to be that, but it's just not the case. Am I going to the right place? Okay, I thought so. I was wondering if there were two different areas I could go to, but it's just, like, considering that, like, his questions, he has a lot of questions for Rusty especially, which is weird to me simply because Rusty's an incompetent fucking asshole. But he still, you know, tries to learn from the incompetent fucking asshole.
I got a call back for that universal...
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency. I fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
You go do all the work, rookie. I'm just gonna drink because I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. That's pretty much how it works with this guy. At least Bukowski was, you know, funny. This guy's just boring and he's a dick.
Detective Phelps, LAPD. We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry.
Pay for that?
Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ.
House officer.
Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine was a lovely woman.
Okay.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes, at around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
We got a license plate now.
Mrs. Henry appeared to be missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
Oh, you gave her that dick, didn't you?
I think you know where the ring came from, and I think you're gonna tell me.
Okay, I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up, asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused. And she picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
All right. Well, we got some information here. So, Jacob Henry, her husband, is probably the most likely candidate at this point.
Let's get out of here.
I'm thinking from here on...
What's the hurry?
Hold on.
The stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
I'm thinking from here on out, I'm going to talk as if I haven't completely experienced all of this and I don't know who the killer is, because I know. But I'm gonna go through this as if I'm going through it blindly and I don't know who's doing it, just in case some of you guys haven't seen this before. I'm gonna kind of piece things together just so you understand what the mindset of mine probably was when I first played this. You know, I'm not gonna act all shocked when I hear things or see things, but you get what I mean.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks, ma'am.
Some more odd sort of audio or sound design right there. You could hear like the change in background noise, like where it's virtually non-existent at certain parts, and then there's like constant like cars whizzing by and stuff like that. If it were changing from being outside and inside the camera, then it would make sense, but it was just changing angles. So yeah, there was one person who disagreed with me, I think, on the sound design, but that's what I'm kind of talking about. It's very arbitrary in how it in its realism, you know, certain...
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Never mind.
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, fellas.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might know it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job of the healthy thirst offender code.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe
Absolutely.
the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother.
He's absolutely right, though. Like, everything he just said is completely practical and makes sense. Once again, I reiterate, Cole is a stuck-up douchebag. I am not going to act like he isn't. He's kind of a killjoy and a bit of a dick, but when it comes to this stuff, he knows what he's talking about, and Rusty's just a condescending I'm done. I'm gonna stop insulting Rusty. You guys get the point. I'm just saying the same shit over and over. I'm sure it's getting annoying. But anyway, back to the sound design. Like that echoing that you could hear like in an open field where there's literally no area for vibrations to bounce off of, going back to the sound design, that does make sense. It's like if it were in an alleyway or if they were inside like in an open indoors area, but you know, like where echoes make sense, sure, that's fine. But the specific time I'm talking about is back at the consul's car during that investigation. It made no sense for there to be an echo. That made no sense. You know, sometimes it makes sense, and and in those cases, I won't, look for any faults, but, like, the sound design in this game is arbitrary, at least. Not necessarily bad, but it's arbitrary in its realism. And as of late, I'm seriously valuing sound design in comparison to how I used to. Being a Let's Player has kind of done that for me when I'm noticing subtitles and stuff like that and how important they are in some games. Just saying.
I'll try the back door. Wait here a second.
Break open the window. Just do it.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
What do you know? Before we do any investigation, let's go ahead and look through this newspaper.
You said I had to go back, Doctor.
The fires are cathartic. They allow you to confront your past.
You said the house would be empty.
Are you taking the medication I have prescribed?
You said the house would be empty. I heard them screaming.
Circumstances were unfortunate. My colleagues had made all the necessary arrangements.
You said the house would be empty. You're killing me.
The deaths were unfortunate, but you have dealt with death before.
I want you to come to the clinic and we can deal. You said the house would be empty. How can I find peace?
In case you couldn't gather exactly what that meant, essentially, that patient is, I guess the doctor was trying to help the patient find some sort of therapeutic way of dealing with his issue, and his way was helping the patient set houses on fire that were empty, and so, the house wasn't empty, so he just killed a family. That's essentially what that was. And just keep that in mind, because I'm not saying that's going to come into play later, just, it might. You never know.
Burglar used a pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
That's the $30 suit in the 40s? Looks like shit. Sorry, I don't know, it seems like poor color association. Sure, I sound like a fag when I say that, but still. A fagula. If you sober up, you can... Damn it.
Are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
If you sober up... God damn it!
Still weighs against it being the husband. Jacob could give us something to go on.
If you sober up, you can find me at apartment 2, 1050 Huntley Drive, from Jacob. So the woman that was killed is a drunk.
Like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Speaking of...
Don't take all day about it, Phelps.
Jesus.
I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Speaking of burglary, by the way, I'm sure you heard at the beginning that Phelps spent the last 6 months working burglary. And I'm actually kind of surprised there's no DLC for that. I was kind of expecting something like that to be, you know, some DLC cases or something like that, but they ended up just extending other desks that were shorter than others instead, which, you know, I don't mind. Burglary probably would have been kind of boring, as it were, but I don't know. Not a gripe, just an observation is all. Right? Move. Jesus.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring. A regular Amelia Earhart per day. The ring looks distinctive.
I don't think the brush is gonna matter.
This isn't what we're looking for.
It sure isn't. So what else is there? Probably nothing in this room. Might be it. I don't know. I thought I heard something from over here, though. No? Alright, then. Whatever. Holy shit, we're almost at 30 minutes. Was I already in this room? It appears as though I was. So, I guess go outside and go next door, I think. No, I think it's the other way. I vaguely remember there being somebody I'm supposed to talk to. Yeah, there we are. Hey! Lady. You old bitch.
It wasn't safe around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan! Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking, and she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out, and she went back inside.
Did he come back?
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving, but she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God.
I think you did it.
I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
I'm calling it. She did it. It was her. Arrest her. She's the killer. Nobody's doing anything. Perhaps I was wrong.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Let me guess. Hiding from the wife?
Isn't that the cop who caught the guy who was dead?
Yeah, I'm the cop who caught the guy.
Jacob Henry had a violent argument with his wife last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, the broad keeps the house looking like that, so probably deserve it. Skipper says bring him in. Keep the hacks off their backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you come to your senses.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Yeah, how about that, Rusty? Fat fuck. Jesus, I'm driving here. What do you think this is? I'm a police officer, remember? Holy fuck. What idiot just runs out into the middle of the fucking road into oncoming traffic? I'm sorry, but that one's their fault. Not mine. They deserve to get hit. Fuck them. Police officer, pull over. Ah. Here we are.
Okay, Phelps, you go in hard. You follow my lead. You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh, my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry.
That she's...
We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
You know, I just fired my gun into the neighborhood just randomly. I didn't think anything would happen, but it literally just transported me right here. Like, is that a glitch, or is that like an Easter egg, or not an Easter egg, but you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know that would happen. That wouldn't make sense for me to do that right now. 1 second.
You think the atmosphere's thick in here?
Oh, looks like somebody was about to leave. Size 11.
Size 11s.
That doesn't match up with the size of the shoe for the murder scene, crime scene.
He'll be back in.
Whoever the fuck. What? Oh, baseball bat? It has no blood.
Incidental.
How is that incidental? It's a fucking blunt object. The woman died of blunt force trauma. That is not are you oh, God. That's upsetting, to say the least. Alright, fuck it. I guess I couldn't just do this then. Thanks for the offer. I need you to do something about my wife.
The oldest problem there is, what to do about the old lady.
Interesting. Let's talk to him.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
I already know he's full of shit, but I just want to make sure if it's a lie or a doubt. Oh yeah, lie.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
Yeah, you got a phone call.
We know she went to the Bomber Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
I already don't buy he's the killer, you know? I mean, just from his reaction right there, it's kind of hard to believe that he would have done it.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
You did last night. That's why she's dead, right?
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth?
The little shading thing that we just did. The death threat, yeah.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still gonna need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
He deserved that.
You're awful hot.
Oh, this guy's got it. Okay. You can block? Oh, what? You know, what do you think you are?
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
I wish it was me that punched him.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt...
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc. Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
This is actually turning out to be a decently long case. I'm already at 40 minutes, and I think I still have a decent 10 or so. I'm not going to guarantee that, but I'd say about that much. By the way, somebody came... Well, I probably should hold on because they're about to start talking, I'm certain.
Carruthers said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get.
Is that it? Alright. Well, somebody called into question during one of my videos. I think they actually messaged me, not commented, but they said that they thought I was going through a walkthrough or something like that because I was getting a lot of the questions correct, and I knew where to go at certain times, or not knew where to go, but I would get the right place. But the thing is that a lot of the questions or a lot of the interpretations I have between like right and wrong or doubt, truth, and lie, it's pretty easy to detect as long as you're paying attention to the eyes. So that one's kind of faulty right there. But I do actually look, I'll be honest, I do actually look at which place I'm supposed to go to next, simply because that's not something I can control. Like, how am I supposed to know which one I'm supposed to go to first? Very rarely does that actually, like, dictate or tell me which one I should... Excuse me. I should go to first. So because of that, yeah, I look up where I should go to next. But that's as far as I go when it comes to walkthrough. Everything else is purely based off of my either memory from playing the game previous or my interpretations of their body language. So just getting that out of the way now.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sub-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob, and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
He's not the guy.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
All right.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Like a chlamydia test, perhaps?
What do you do for work, Jacob?
See if you
I'm a
cheated?
mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
No, alibi. I know that one.
You're full of shit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket wrench.
No. No.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the years you had to take it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on. Try to deny it.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't. You can't prove I wasn't home.
That would be... Where's the alibi? Husband's alibi.
I can. The bar owner, McCall, gave you up. He called your house right at the time that someone was smashing Celine's skull in and got no answer. If we find that socket wrench, you're gonna fry. Get it off your chest. Tell me you killed her.
I killed her, all right. I killed her dreams. She was an aviator, famous in her day, flying around up there like a bird. But she never wanted to come back down. You know, my pop was a sod farmer, dirt poor. I joined the Corps, trained to be a mechanic. I did better than my father did. I worked hard for it. It's all you can ask of a man. But Celine, she never wanted to come down from the clouds. She wanted everything I couldn't give her. All I had was security. That was never going to be enough.
Your marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
That's not true. If you remember correctly, the neighbor, I think her name was Horgan, was basically cited how their marriage was falling apart, so...
You're lying, Jacob. It was falling apart and things got violent.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you how it was.
Bullshit. Where's Horgan? What the fuck? Oh, marital problems, that's what it was.
Jenny Horgan says you blackened her eye.
It's all right, Jacob. The DA will understand. In your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing.
I hit her, all right? I'm not proud of it, but she was coming at me with a frying pan. What would you do? I took it for years, but sometimes a man can only take so much.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that. Well, in that case, I think you should be talking to Dick McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
I'll see what I can do for you, Jacob. But I'm not promising. It still looks bad for you.
Phelps, you failed me, son.
We have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
My apologies for relying on evidence.
Guy gave his wife a tap.
Fucking Irish dick. Okay, so we have one place left. Mendez's apartment. Who knows? He may be the guy. That size 11 for the other dude, that just really takes things off. I mean, unless he's wearing a shoe that's 3 sizes too small for him. Which is just fucking weird and makes no sense. God damn it. Again, I'm so fucking tired of that. No talking? There we go.
Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want. Sober.
So that's why
Jesus.
you never sober up.
Exactly.
Holy fuck. Oh, I didn't think it would be that big of a jump, but it worked out fine.
Down.
This is actually turning out to be almost as long as the last case. I think we're about 50 minutes now, almost.
Mendez, apartment 16.
It's kind of crazy. I do recall the murder, the homicide cases being a decent bit longer. Not that much longer though, but okay. So he's 4th floor.
The apartment's up on the top floor.
Final apartment. That was a really shitty burp. My apologies. That was so weak. I guess that was the last one.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in.
Yes, sir.
Take a look around and see what you can find.
What's that? Nothing? Okay. Okay. Oop. That doesn't matter. What's that? That a Kavanaugh's bar?
Seems irrelevant.
Yeah, that's Kavanaugh. Yeah, from a couple of cases ago. Kavanaugh's bar, matchbook. God damn it, open the door. And we got a gun.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
I guess that doesn't matter. We'll get to that bloody pile right there in a second. We've got a shoe. A size 8. What do you know?
Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene.
And then what's this? We'll look at the lipstick first. Because obviously that's the first thing you would do with a bloody box with a...
Brothers could match the color and brand of the body.
And what's about this wrench? Or not wrench, but whatever. What is this? Tire iron?
Consistent with Celine's
socket
injuries,
wrench.
And the blood can be typed.
I think this might be our guy.
They have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses? Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey! What gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
Yeah, just gingerly go out like that. What do you think you're doing, buddy? Do you think you can get away? I mean, he is one of those people, so he might be able to. He ain't a fat white guy.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo.
Yeah, you don't need to do this. I mean, we're only going to send you to prison for life or possibly kill you with a gas chamber. You don't need to do this to save your life. Oh, that fucker's getting in a car.
Get in and drive.
Why don't you drive? Jesus, you're so lazy. The guy who's, you know, running for what is basically his life is going rather slow.
Hit him! Clean this asshole off the road.
He just killed another person. Holy shit. That's amusing.
I got an idea. Get him next to my window, Cole. Keep me alongside his vehicle, and I'll stop the son of a bitch.
You're a terrible
Cole.
shot.
Spit him out.
There you go. Holy fuck. Whoa. Bam.
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry.
I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
I need something to